Hey everyone, here is how I finished the circle skirt by hand, but you can apply this technique to a straight edge as well. Actually, side note, I learned this from the very talented Phyllis Brown several years ago, and in that class we did it on a straight edge then. So to begin, I marked an inch away from my cut edge since I left an extra inch on the bottom of my circle skirt so I could do all this embroidery work, which I do have another video that explains that I will link down below. But regardless, you will want to cut a fresh edge on your project, or at least cut away any flyaway thread. And since I'm trying to keep that edge as clean as possible, I am only working in a small section at a time. So I cut that section out and then fold over the edge about 1/4 of an inch and iron that into place. And I'm working on this oh so fine voile, and while it is gorgeous, it is lightly woven, so it just needs a little more TLC to keep that clean edge from becoming filled with flyaways. So I'm just being very careful handling it as little as possible. And I'm using some Madeira 80 weight thread since I'm working on this very fine fabric. But if I was using like an Imperial Batiste or Satin Batiste or even like a Nola, if I'm saying that right, then I would grab a DMC 50 weight thread instead. You basically want your thread to mimic the look of the fibers in your fabric. So to tie on a new thread, I slide my tail through the previous rolled hem part so it's concealed. And then I go through that part of the fabric again so I create a loop. And then I go through that loop twice and pull it to cinch it down. And then when I tied on for the very first time, I just started with the whole loop and I went through that twice to cinch it down, and then I just trimmed that little tail up to about 1/4 of an inch and I moved on with my life. So to do the stitch, you'll grab a thread or two of your skirt fabric just below that cut edge, and then you'll grab a few threads from that folded edge, and you will just continue in this manner, grabbing a few threads from your skirt just below the cut edge and then grabbing a few threads from that folded edge. And if you are working with a straight edge, you can actually get away with doing several stitches before pulling it down. And isn't this cool? It just rolls right together. It's so neat. Now in some areas you might need a little bit of help to get the roll kind of into place. So use your needle or try gently rolling it between your fingers and seeing if that helps. Now I did find though that it was neater to do one stitch at a time on a circle skirt as opposed to a straight edge. So I would do one stitch and then pull it, and then another stitch and then pull it, and that seemed to work out to a cleaner result for a circle skirt. And then when I was all done with that section, I would just move on to the next one. Oh, and I tied off my thread in the same manner as tying on, just in reverse. So I hope this video was helpful. If y'all have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below and I will do my best to answer them. And as always guys, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I hope to catch y'all next time.